Well, let's shift away a little bit from equities and focus on the commodity market. Manisha Gupta joins us to help us with the sector of the day yet again. Manisha.
Thank you for that, Nigel. Well, I'm looking at metals as a sector because we've seen constant gains onto this one. The last 3 weeks actually have been quite strong, and that is the reason the month of September is headed on a stronger note. This is on the back of very strong China stimulus. Well, this has been the most aggressive stimulus since the pandemic. So whether it has been about mortgages, making injections, financial injections, that is, into the economy, and then it also has been about easing mortgage repayments, borrowing costs have been reduced. So all of that really has helped the metal prices in sentiment right now, because the factory activity numbers that we saw come in from China have been on the weaker side yet again for the previous month. But the expectation is that the steps that China has taken, we will start to see those signs in the final quarter of this calendar year. The best of the gains really came in for the copper prices, 7% of gains in the previous week, and this has been the best weekly gain that copper has seen in last 4 months. Well, the other reason that you also have seen copper prices gain is because the inventories have slightly declined, and the markets are looking at stronger data demand coming in also from the European markets there. Not just copper, nickel is trading at a 1-month highs. Iron ore prices in the previous week gained up by 11%. That is because the China port inventories in case of iron ore have continued to decline. And then there have been weak shipments from the major producers like Australia and Brazil as well. We also have seen strong gains continuing in case of zinc, because the projects which were expected to start for the second half of this year now have been postponed to mid-2025, also supporting. Silver also has continued to gain. We saw a 12-year high in the previous week, some profit taking from those kind of levels, but that clearly has been the gain in sense of gold as well, where we did see all-time highs in the previous week. Some profit taking is how we are working with right now. China, of course, is the largest consumer of silver, have been buying a lot of gold as well in most part of last couple of years as well. And the markets do believe that all of these dips will be used in case of buying there. Just to show you on how the metals have worked on a week-on-week and a month-on-month basis, as you can see, from 3 to 8% of gains is what we've seen in the last week. Copper gained up by 7%, zinc 8%, iron ore prices gained up by 11% as well. The last 1 month, that is the month of September, also has been very good for the metal prices. 7 to 15% of gains is what you can see onto this one right now. For the overall year 2024 as well, it continues to be quite well for the metal prices. So 17% of gains coming in for copper in this year until now. But the best of the gains, as you can see, have been in case of precious metals, with silver clearly outperforming all of those metals for 2024 till time, with 37% gains, 30% up for gold as well. And as you can see, 11 to 20% of gains is what we've seen in case of base metal prices also. It's going to be an important week, this one, because one, you have various data coming in from US, but most importantly, it is going to be the US Fed chair speech that the street will be watching out for. There is a lot of data coming in from the European countries as well, but inflation will be top on charts here. From Japan, you have industrial production numbers, unemployment and retail sales. And from China, the street will watch out for the cakes in manufacturing data and the PMI numbers. Well, all of that data comes in this week itself.
Manisha, thank you very much for that. So that's a lot of action as far as commodities and all driven largely by what's happening in China.